Did you know that Kansas has earthquakes? Hi, I'm Dr. Wendy Bohan, and I'm an earthquake geologist. I'm doing a video series on earthquakes in all 50 states, and today's state is Kansas. So let's set the scene. Kansas lies within the interior of the North American plate, far away from active plate boundaries. But the crust beneath Kansas contains a network of ancient faults formed millions of years ago, and they remain zones of weakness. So even the relatively low strain rate inside the continental interior can cause stress to accumulate over long periods. When this stress exceeds the frictional strength of a fault, slip occurs, producing waves that we feel as earthquake waves. That's what we call an earthquake. So the earliest significant earthquake on record in Kansas occurred in 1867 near the town of Manhattan. It's estimated to be between a magnitude 5.1 and 5.5, and it is the strongest earthquake in Kansas history. Chimneys collapsed, walls cracked, and the shaking was felt across multiple states. This earthquake's likely associated with the Nemaha Uplift, which is a 300 million year old structure that stretches diagonally across Kansas. The Humboldt Fault lies nearby. So between 1867 and 1976, newspaper accounts and other sources documented at least 31 felt earthquakes in Kansas. Now, between 1977 and 1989, the Kansas Geological Survey deployed seismometers throughout the state, and they recorded more than 200 earthquakes. These events were usually too small to feel, but they did confirm that Kansas experiences ongoing low-level seismic activity. Occasionally, there are stronger quakes, like the magnitude 4 event near Palco in 1989. And this serves as a reminder that the state's faults, although they are ancient, are not entirely dormant. So there was a dramatic shift that occurred in the early 2010s. Earthquake activity surged, particularly in southern Kansas. And in 2014 alone, more than 100 earthquakes were recorded, which far exceeded historical norms. Much of this activity was linked to wastewater injection associated with oil and gas production. This is a process that can alter underground pressures and trigger fault movement, which is an earthquake. The largest earthquake that occurred during this period was a magnitude 4.9 event in Sumner County, and it caused minor damage but drew widespread attention. Anyway, in the years that followed, there were regulatory changes and a reduction in injection activity, and that led to a decline in earthquake frequency. So today, Kansas continues to experience occasional felt tremors, but most of those are small. And the state remains classified as a low seismic risk area, especially when compared to the areas along major plate boundaries. So, to learn more about earthquakes in Kansas, visit the Kansas Geological Survey. And remember, if you feel earthquake shaking, drop down to the ground, take cover underneath a sturdy object, and hold on until all the shaking has stopped. Don't be scared. Be prepared.